All right, what's up, my little T? Woo! Okay, so we finna just get into this video. It's gonna be talking about Diddy and the trial and what's going on with the trial. If I don't know, he got arrested a while ago. Now he's facing, facing a lot of accusations, facing a lot of charges. We just finna pull up this video, see what the news got to say about it. Cause I'm not gonna say it's looking too good for him. Don't look too hot for him right now.
Put into perspective how significant this case is.
This is a very, very significant case. I like to akin this is the Gen Z's, I guess, version of the O.J. Simpson trial.
Wow.
I was in 5th grade whenever the O.J. verdict came out, and I remember my teacher stopping trial, or stopping the court, stopping our courtroom just for us to figure out what's going on. We got to figure out what's happening with this verdict. What's different in this particular case than the O.J. Simpson trial is that this is not going to be live streamed.
Yeah.
In federal court, you can't live stream any type of court at all. You can't live stream any trials. And so your audience is really going to have to focus on how CNN is kind of letting them know how the trial is progressing. But it's extremely significant, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to come down to the courtroom sketches, to what you hear from maybe witnesses choose to speak afterwards. We'll see. Look, as a prosecutor, when you approach a high-profile case like this, how is preparation different from one that might be a little bit more out of the spotlight?
They have to prepare because they cannot make any mistakes.
Yeah.
This elite all-women prosecution team, they've got to make sure that all their ducks in a row. This is either a make your career type of case or this is a break your career type of case. So they're going to be prepared. I think they've been working on this case for at least a year now. They are prepared with their evidence. They're prepared with their witnesses. They've probably spoken to their witnesses at least 2 to 3 times to make sure that every I is dotted and every T is.
I hope his witnesses, I hope they stay safe, because I know how them, movies go, witnesses start disappearing and whatnot. I hope they all stay safe. I pray they stay safe. Excuse me.
And bro, when it comes down to the witnesses, I think that right there is where the whole thing will begin to unravel, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You talked about the prosecution team, high-profile case, high-profile defendant, high-profile defense attorneys too, with resumes that include defending Martin Shkreli, the Pharma Bro, Young Thug, and more. On the defense side of things, does that experience actually make a difference in a case like this? And if so, how?
I think it does.
Yeah.
What the defense has done recently is bringing in a pinch hitter by the name of Brian Steele. You just mentioned the Young Thug trial. He was the lead defense attorney there. What the defense is trying to do is throw wrenches in anything that the prosecution's going to lay out. Any evidence they have, they want to try and misconstrue, throw out red herrings, throw out red flags, so the jurors aren't actually focused on the real evidence. And so their experience is actually very, very important. And so if they can get one juror to kind of look the other way and not look at this case the way the prosecution wants it to be, that's very beneficial for the defense's side. And
obviously the nature of this case is a very sensitive one, especially for the alleged victims.
Now, I don't know if Diddy Money finna save him at this point, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot going on, but this is something, like she was saying, you gotta be careful with this. You gotta pay close attention, because ain't no telling what's going on behind the scenes, trying to distract them and whatnot.
Here as well, and not all of the witnesses coming forward have chosen to use their names as part of their testimony, but Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former girlfriend, is choosing to testify under her own name. What is the significance of that from a conspiratorial standpoint?
But my gosh, now check me out. The reason why
Cassie said, I am not going to put my name on there. It is what it is. This is a video of Diddy apologizing. If y'all didn't see this video, now, if y'all know scripture, it says what happens in the dark will come to the light. My boy is coming to the light. Everything he did and all the people that was with him and around him, I'm pretty sure they gonna all start coming down too. In this video, though, he was just apologizing. So
first admission of guilt,
first admission of guilt,
proof of guilt that we had seen about Diddy. This right here was the cause of everything. I'm not gonna lie.
I was up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Now, Combs shared that
Probably only did it because he got caught. Whatever.
video on social media
Can't show it, yeah. But look, that video.
Y'all can go look that video up on your own. Yeah, it's not cute.
And testifying against P. Diddy in court, federal court. It's over.
But to let the world know what happened to her. When you are uncloaking that veil and when you are actually presenting your true self in front of jurors, in front of the world, it means that you mean business. And that's great for the prosecution. When you have a victim, when you have a survivor that's decided, I'm actually going to come out here and I'm going to tell you my name because
tough.
I'm ready for whatever the defense is going to show.
Yeah.
Diddy's cooked.
Dr. Akpo, really appreciate you coming in. Thanks for the time and
Thank
perspective.
you for having me.
Of course.
The criminal trial for Sean Diddy Combs is set to begin Monday in New York. And while we don't know the names of everyone who will be called to testify, sources tell CNN former partners of Combs are among them. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges, including trafficking, and has denied all civil
He full of it.
allegations against him. CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister has more.
We are getting some new details on the criminal trial of Sean Diddy Combs, which is set to begin on Monday with jury selection. Now, while
Sources, former S partners, business associates, male S worker.
the witness list has not
Say male S worker.
been made public by the court, sources have given me an indication of some of the individuals that we may see take the stand during this trial. Cassie Ventura, who is the ex-girlfriend of Sean Combs and the musician, she is going to be the star witness in this case. Now, Cassie Ventura is the only alleged victim who has decided to testify under her real name, but the judge has allowed other alleged victims to testify under pseudonym so that their identity will be protected. I hear that in addition to Cassie Ventura, the government has 3 other key witnesses. So a total of 4 key witnesses who will take the stand to discuss their allegations against Sean Combs. Now, of course, there will also be...
You know what? If you're watching this, pray for these witnesses. Make sure they get there safely, for real. Because y'all know how stuff can get.
corroborating witnesses who take the stand either to corroborate some of those other key witnesses or to add some relevant information. I'm hearing that one of those supporting witnesses will be a friend of Cassie Ventura's. I am hearing that another one of those witnesses will be a male sex worker, and I hear from a source that it's possible that additional male workers may also take the stand.
Diddy was wildin'. He thought nothing was gonna happen to him. He thought nothing was gonna happen to him.
Allegedly forced women into, oftentimes with male workers. So that could possibly give some indication of the testimony that we may hear from that sex worker. Now, this trial is anticipated to run up to 2 months. Sean Combs faces 5 different charges, including racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. And remember, Combs is also facing more than 60 civil suits. Those civil suits are completely separate from this criminal case, but I do hear that many of the civil accusers who have already come forward with civil claims against Combs will be testifying in this trial. Back to you.
All right, Elizabeth Wagmeister, thank you so much. Joining me right now to talk more about all of this, CNN legal analyst.
That is absolutely insane. 60 civil suits.
We got 60 civil suits. Diddy was wild. But that's just a little update on the Diddy trial. If you've been following it, if you heard about it, this is just a little update. Remember, stop idolizing people, do not worship people, especially the celebrities. You do not know what these people got going on behind closed doors. But that's how we're going to end the video. That's all I got for you. Bye.